I think the hardest part with dealing with anxiety is the frustration that comes with all of the work that people are doing to try and get rid of it, breathe it away, calm down. It becomes exhausting and it becomes frustrating. There's just so much work that people are doing and so many things out there, self-help books and programs that like are trying to teach you how to get rid of this, get rid of anxiety once and for all. And I tend to get people that are really, really good at doing things, very active doers, are the people that get the most stuck. And that's because with anxiety, there's an on button, but there's no off button. This is a self-regulating system in our body. So as long as we keep fighting, it keeps ringing, right? But once we stop fighting, it starts the process of turning itself off. It is passive and it requires like a bit of time to pass. Two things we tend to not be really good at. So I often show people toys like this. Any parents at home who have toys that obviously were not designed by people with children, where there's a button to turn it on, but then you can't turn it off. It just sort of plays itself out and then it turns itself off. Picture your alarm, picture anxiety as that sort of thing. So here's a great example. It's a nice toy, okay? But this is, and actually this button is called, the button's called activate, right? So when you push this button down,
that's what I'm talking about. Woo! Another perfect day. Nice job, everybody. Let's get those memories down to long term.
Okay, so it plays something. And whether it goes on for 5 seconds or 10 seconds or 5 minutes, it just goes. If I press the button again, it just plays something else or it starts over from the beginning. So I turned it on, but it turns itself off. Even though I was ready to talk while it was still going and I was in my head is, oh gosh, is it done yet? Is it done yet? It plays itself off. So what we tend to do is we go like this and it's ringing and we press it again. We press it again, press it again, and then we meditate, and then we breathe, and then we our posture, and then we sit still, and we do that.
Hello, I'm Joy.
And then there's really nothing else to do. That's the goal of DARE, teaching you how to let your body do something that it's doing while you also allow it to settle itself back down. It's a passive approach, and it's very hard for people that are very good at doing things. Basically, my job for the last 12 years has been teaching people how to do nothing. And not if this idea of like frustration that I have nothing that can be done and this is something you have to deal with forever. But it's this idea of get out of your own way. You can only turn it back on. You can only actively make it shoot yourself some more energy. When you do nothing, right? You don't calm down. You don't fight yourself to calmness. When you let go, your alarm winds itself back down. Your body calms itself down when you stop fighting. So I always have little things like this by my desk, around my laptop. This is always my go-to analogy, right? The water with the sand on the bottom. This is always what we're striving for. Calm water and the sand on the bottom. And for whatever reason, get shaken up, right? Easy to shake up. Takes a second to shake it up, but it takes time for the sand to settle down. So when I come on calls, when people come on calls with me, I say, okay, now what? I don't like it. Now what? How do I settle this down? What do I actively do to make this sand settle itself down as quickly as possible? Usually people stare at me for a minute and they're like, nothing. Put it down. I say, okay, put it down. And then we go, is it settled yet? Is it settled yet? Is it settled yet? And we kind of put our life on hold with all these expectations of, okay, I'm going to do nothing. I accept and allow, accept and allow, accept and allow. And I wait for this to settle down and basically put my life on hold. And I sit and I impatiently wait. I tolerate this and I'm actively doing things while I'm letting time pass. But what I'm doing is staring at this. I'm waiting for this to settle down. I'm waiting for comfort. And you don't have to do that anymore. Okay? Ticket out of this is get shaken up. No matter what, the answer will always be, leave it alone. It settles itself back down. So you put it down, and then instead of staring at this all day long, you go back into life. Let this be shaken up. It's okay. This was never your job to settle down. It might get shaken up. It settles itself back down. This toy turns itself off. It's that idea that this is a regulating system. I hope you find this helpful. It's very hard for people that are very good at doing things, research-minded. Tell me what to do and I'll do it, Michelle. Tell me which things to complete, how many exercises to do, how hard should I do DARE, how much should I practice to see results. And that mindset works for so many other parts of life. That's why I get many, many successful people that come through DARE. Successful at business, successful at life, the multitaskers, the doers have overcome a lot in their past because we have this survival instinct. Troubleshoot problems into the future. And this just goes completely against our grain. It's just not part of our personality to do nothing, to be still and let a problem work itself out. Because this is not a problem, this is discomfort. We create the problem when we keep trying to fight discomfort. We say, but it's never going away. Because every time we do something about it, we shake it back up. The pond settles itself down, right? You shake out a dusty rug, you can do this forever. But do nothing. There will be time when the dust is still floating around, but the dust settles itself back down. You will never push it back down. You will only stir it up when you actively get involved in it. Leave it, the dust settles itself back down, the water, it settles itself back down, the tune plays itself out.